When I think of two teams that have been incredible at developing talent, I think of the Vancouver TItans versus the Boston Uprising. That'll be the match we're covering today. You have so much more healing now available for Boston as a self-destruct from Falls, just on top of the high ground, easily dodged there by Faith.
Just allows for a quick remake, and that was Valentine who's been the recipient of a nano boost. Aspire can't take the pressure that the sticky bombs do provide, and now a duplicate is good to go for Valentine to cleanse himself if need be, but first port of call is going to be that duplication.
That's a good tack visor just to finish off the job. Remember, it was Boston all along that had the point at the start. Vancouver TItans zone.
Vancouver TItans will make a mad dash to trigger overtime, and that's exactly what will be done as Psycho and False establish themselves from a point, and Scripper gets a clutch sleep here.
Oh, both supports were dove, but Skyripper had the most critical sleep, and Crimson falls to a big resource advantage for the Titans in the last fight. Faith under fire. Psycho wanted to finish, gets distracted as Faith heals himself up, probably with the support passive, as Punk tries to matrix everything he can. Psycho flies back to his supports. It's an all-out brawl on the point, a 2v2 even as the rally. The overhealth into effect for the Uprising, the resources they need to keep on kicking. And there, in the last series we were watching, we saw the brawl with the Mei and how it doesn't work out, but we'll see. Valentine applying pressure, gets help from a friend, and slices and dices 2 and 3. Boston took the time to swap the comp, and look how it's paying off.
No way they do that 4v5. This is one of the things that the Overwatch 2 tech beta has really shown us, Lemon. Back for a moment, wait for Aspire to be clocked onto, and in the back it's Valentine with the blade.
Ah, clocked on, yeah, tick-tock, and you're dead. Vancouver TItans falling as Boston will take a lead, and that's the type of initiative.
One-man battle royale, but I'm afraid that there's going to be no chicken dinner for you, son. There's Venano onto Valentine, and I'm afraid February 14th is a while from now.
Wow, 99%. Boston finishing what they started. They looked close on Lighthouse, but the compositional swap from Boston, and especially Punk stepping up to the table and learning you, buddy. Shockwave is there. Masa's hanging around being an absolute menace. False chatting it up on the front line by himself. Boston Uprising about to walk into a wave of damage. Ant Matrix, but it's met by the blade of Valentine. He's going all the way to point B for this kill, and the job is done. Boston only have to deal with really a Lucio and a Reinar on the point. That's easy clap. Boston will get 5-Twuck unlocked. Have a brawl and a slam with their name on it. False sees the Genji. I think even the Doomfist go past him. So False approaches the backline, gets MCD on his knees. And that's an easy kill. And without that healing, I don't know, Boston, what you thinking about?
Ref is camping us with a slam, and there's no way to block it when you've got the Doomfist.
Rip with the tack visor, now going behind, he's going to sneak up on MCD, who's already delivered the nano, probably to Punk. Now you have very limited heals if you're the Boston attack, and 30 seconds left, the card is in deep. If you're Boston, you have to win it now, and Faith is getting pummeled. You have no healing if you're this attack, and Punk, he's getting stalled out by an ice-blocking Mei of Psycho, but the kills are still coming in. Striker's doing enough, and Boston actually secure point B without supports.
Ripper puts out the nano. It's onto False, spaced out for just a second. The direct there with the sound barrier, and Masters in. He wants MCD. Supportal combat, as Doyle would call it, goes the way of Vancouver.
Another if, but Monster says, I'm the leader of this team, and I'll show you how it's done. Overtime about to wisp away, and Boston unable quite quickly.
Yeah, and it's not like there's going to be peel from a Diva either. Punk's gone too far, gets bounced there, booped out of the immortality field by Masa. Beautiful control from the supports, and it's Masa who just keeps on taking and taking and taking.
Masa's so smart, even when the trade. Now the nano delivered, False paving the way. The red carpet made from blood. He goes after MCD, and Striker is next. Finish off by Shockwave. You're not even allowed to go home, buddy. The tickets are sold out. Vancouver TItans are just rolling right now.
And if they get more than just a little bit of distance here, Lemon, it's going to be 1-2-1. As Boston Uprising are nowhere to be seen, and that is going to be a complete
cover. But Gravitic Flux lifts up 2, Falls clearing the way. Punk is very low, but Faith has Inspire up, MCD has the Orb on Punk too, so it's really tough for Boston to finish off these kills, and they're low themselves as Psycho goes and swipes left on both Valentine and Punk, and Vancouver will be capping B.
Valentine there had to go super aggressive to try and find some kind of clutch maneuver. This is a difficult area to break, Lemon. The exits from the spawn are supremely limited, and Valentine has the timing in mind, but may have gone a touch too far here. Can retreat back into an immortality field if they want to, and anyone from Vancouver TItans who dares show their face.
Hesitating, and you have the Transcendence from MCD also to negate with Psycho, so really both teams at a standstill, but mainly you don't have False, you don't have Masa. Without those guys, I wouldn't have hope either.
Oh, Punk on the flank here. No disengagements, no mercy, no survivors. However, Aztac fighting back for now. No one can touch the car, and I want to highlight the big boy Australian, the one from Boston Uprising who is kept awake for it.
Yeah, I mean, Titans hold so far back that they... Oh my god! The Queen! Queen! Yes, Soleil, Victoria! Let's get it! Boston, you're only a few meters away. You gotta pick. Now let's go and finish off this guy near statue. Okay, it's traded. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, Psycho made a deep dive, was well out of a range of a trance, and Valentine's got in deep to put an end to this one. My blade is much bigger than yours. The 1,000-folded steel won't bend under the pressure, and the Boston Uprising will rise to 2-1 once more.
And that's what he needs to do, is stay undetected and pinch at the moment that Titans are ready. As the engage starts from Boston on a good sleep from Crimzo, and that's a first pick from Psycho as False continues to apply pressure to Punk, especially because he's low. Usually False wants to go after the backline, but Punk got all of that love and not the kind he wanted. Great finish from Psycho.
The 4K from Psycho. Shockwave's going to deny them.
For the Titans, they're currently still winning. 4.5 minutes, though. What a swipe from Valentine. He gets the nano, but where is the blade? It's like peanut butter and jelly, but you don't even need it. And the patience to conserve an ultimate like that creates a new winning condition for your next fight. And Boston, I mean, they need a lot of it, because look how much they're missing in terms of a rough comp for Boston, but Titans seem to be winning right now, and winning even more. That they got attack visor, all the supports, but wow, that's a swipe on the Shockwave.
And you can see that Masa still doesn't want to use this sound barrier, even at the most dire of times, and now there's only a minute left. TS1 begins to move, but these are scrappy fights from Vancouver.
But Boston building up that energy, but it's Shock that unleashes attack visor, and he finds faith on the wall! Pump goes down, but before the crowd comes out, and Titans wipe away Boston and have forced a Game 5!
Oh, we're finally going all the way to game. Over the course of this last fight, to have some kind of clutch ability when there are no other ults apart from the Primal.
Spire almost died too at the start of that setup. They want to go towards the hallway, but Striker just wants to send them 6 feet under. The tack visor finishes off 2, and Vancouver Titans managed to flip the point, but you know, without Masa, without Inspire, how long? Ton of ults, but still need to make the space back on the point. Marvel jumps in, and now the attention is on him, including a pulse bomb. Inspire gets the finish. 99 to 99, 6 versus 4. The Titans cannot be stopped, but they got to deal with Valentine. He's deadly at close range, and False gets the finish. Boston head for the hills, and the Titans are about to take round 1.
And while Crimzo may be able to win that duel, it's a consolation prize as Boston Uprising have the crown torn from their head.
So the supports of Boston are on the high ground, and Marvel was set up on the left side for the cross flank, and Striker with the tack visor finished off Vancouver before they even knew what was coming. They were still trying to approach the high ground, and what a massive fight for Boston. It's 90%. If they get any more staggers, this is done for the Titans. But False, the Primal Rage.
Not the direct hit that Marvel was looking for. Managing to get onto the point is Master and extend the play here, but Boston Uprising are all over it, and every single move you make is regarded with ire by those who begin to rise and have bought themselves an extra life here on Oasis, surely.
Yeah, the last touch from Aspire and then False, and no one else left. I promise you, that is the end of that round. 100. He wants mini room control, but got dilled out by False, but he's gonna come back around. Full 360, Striker coming for the backside and the kids. 4K, he strikes again as False goes back to spawn. Yeah, sound barrier from FaZe, he can win the fight quick, but Psycho has the blade, he lets it rip, goes after the Reaper, but really his attention has been divided through multiple people, doesn't get a single finish, and there's a... No, do we say it? A C9? Do we say it?
A V9? A V9?
Oh, that's gonna hurt in the morning. Boston Uprising!